What is up, you guys? This is All Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you a video talking about how the Revenant is now and the nerfs that had happened to the Revenant. So, in the previous patch that just came out recently for the Revenant, or this patch was pretty much just for the Revenant, it had also given us Rebirth of Flames, but it's only Rebirth of Flames is only for people that need to upgrade their generation gear from 4 to 5 to upgrade it to the current gen. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about the Revenant's nerf. So the things that got nerfed for the Revenant were a few abilities, or it's pretty much all of your abilities, but it says slashing blow. Now you only get increased damage on the third charge. So that would be your square ability or your X ability on Xbox. So slashing blow, instead of giving you the 100 and the 200%, I don't think it doesn't tell you um, which one you get. When it says on the third charge, yeah, it doesn't tell you which percentage you get on the slashing bows. This still needs to get updated on the interface, whatever, on the info on here, but on the ability info. But on the patch notes, it just says on the third strike you get an increased damage. So the first two strikes, when you get the stack of 3, those first two stacks don't give you anything. But the third hit will give you an increase. Like I said, I don't know if it'll be a 300% or 100 or 200% damage increase. But all I know is you don't get any damage bonus from the first 2 hits, but you do get the damage bonus from the third hit. Next thing says slashing blow, charged slashing blows. Now also reduces the time of embrace of pain. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's what it's always done. Charged slashing blows. There's no charged, whatever. Anyways, but I'm pretty sure that's still the same thing that had happened. It says dehydration. Now dehydration will only restore 30% of your HP every other time it's used. So, this right here was pretty much is what a lot of people are complaining about now. I mean, I don't really have too much of a trouble with it, because before it was made the Revenant pretty OP because you were able to heal yourself every time you use dehydration. But now it's the first time you use it, you don't get any healing. It's just there for damage purposes and the crit chance increase. But the second time you use it is it'll proc the heal, and you can only heal up to 30% of your health. Now with that effect, the healing effect, sometimes you don't get that second proc, which gets annoying. I don't know if that's just a bug or if that's because you just got out of combat or something, but I feel like it's just a bug that might need to be fixed. Because like I said, if you use dehydration the first time, you need to be able to use when you use it the second time, you need to be able to get that heal, because that's what people are using it for the second one. And then the next one, you have Embrace of Pain. Cooldown has been increased to 60 seconds. So it used to be, I think, 45 seconds for Embrace of Pain, but now it's increased to a minute. So it's not too bad, but it does suck that it is a minute cooldown. Honestly, what I would have rather preferred have been is like you would get up to 25% health back, or 20% health back, or a max of 20% health back, being immune to all damage, and getting like a slight damage buff, like 20% damage buff, while keeping it at 45 second cooldown. That would have, I mean, I don't know, but either way, it's still fine. I only use Embrace of Pain for emergencies anyways. Then you've got Gloomy Shadow. Now that it says now the damage of the skill is greatly increased if the illusion lasted at least 1.5 seconds, and if it's the first time the target was damaged by the Gloomy Shadow this fight. So Gloomy Shadow, before, it didn't really give you that much of a damage buff when you hit the enemy. I think it just didn't work. But now, if you have your Gloomy Shadow out for about a second and a half, you'll do a lot more damage. Like, I've been able to one-shot the enemies on normal mode for, I don't know, I think I hit them for a few hundred mil, or of G or something. I'm not exactly sure, but I know I hit them and they died with one hit. So that was definitely noticeable. Um, but again, you have to have it out for a minute. I mean, I don't know why I keep saying a minute, for 1.5 seconds for that for that damage to actually proc. Next, you have punishment, damage reduced by 10%. The cooldown has been increased to 15 seconds. So punishment is your triangle ability. That sucks that you got the damage, that the damage has been reduced by 10%. But I mean, you still get that 100% damage increase when the enemy's 50% health or less. And it also sucks that it's been increased to 15-second cooldown rather than it being 10 seconds. But then again, I don't necessarily use punishment unless the enemy has less than 50% health, or if I'm using Death Steward. If I'm using Death Steward, then you can pretty much spam punishment, use punishment, and then 3 squares, punishment, 3 squares. Anyways, and then the next thing, which is the last one, which is Death Steward. Death Steward no longer gives might. Instead, it increases health and damage of this class skill by 60%. So I don't really notice too big of a difference. I mean, that's what you get anyways, health and damage increase for your when you had higher might, or when you use this, you would get increased in might. I think it was like 60% more might. So I mean, I guess 60% more might would technically be more, but either way, it's still nice that you're still getting health increase and class abilities increase. I don't think the class abilities would be considered slashing blow, since that's just the regular ability, but anything else I'm pretty sure is what counts. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the Revenant, with the Revenant's nerf. But honestly, I think the Revenant needed the the nerf, because it was a little OP in PvE and PvP. Now it's kind of on par with everyone. I mean, the damage still out DPS's every other class when you're doing PvE content, but when you're doing PvP, you kind of, it's easier for other players to actually go against you rather than before. I mean, monks can still dominate in PvP regardless, but the Revenant is kind of scaled down, kind of more balanced a little in PvP. Not, it's still one of the best classes in my opinion though, especially when it comes to damage. It's one of the best classes to play as, and still one of the best classes to play solo as. So that's pretty much it though with the Revenant. There's nothing like groundbreaking. It didn't get nerfed all the way down to the ground to where it's worse than like a Slayer or something. But, you know, which is the Slayer definitely needs the buff. I feel like the Slayer needs a stealth buff where you can just go in stealth every 15 seconds or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If this video helped you at all, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or anything or concern, let me know down in the comment section, or you can follow me at Twitter at alldayanyday1. And if you have any other video suggestions, let me know down in the comment section. There are still videos I'm working on, and for like rotation videos, I'm working on those characters as well. But like right now, I've been just busy doing credit farming and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is All Day Day 1 on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.